Hello my friends, hello Photoshop lovers. Welcome to my channel where I make Photoshop fun and easy to learn. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a flyer like this inside of Photoshop. Yes, inside of Photoshop. Alright, so if you've not subscribed to my channel, now is the best time to click the subscribe button so that you don't get to miss any videos I'm dropping anytime from now. Without having to say much, let's jump right into this. So the first thing I'm going to do is click on File and click on New. Right, File and New like this. And I'm going to set the size. So I'm going to be using a 4x5. I'm going to put the name here. So this could be club poster, club flyer. Right, so this is where you're going to have the name. So resolution 300. Let me change this to flyer because I'm going to be posting it on Instagram, X, and Facebook. So inches, transparent, and I click create like this. Of course, we're greeted with this interface, right? Now, the first thing I want to do here is go over to my resource file. Now, the resource file is in the description of this video. Now, check the description to get the resource file I used for this video. So I'm just going to make this image smaller like this. And like something like this. And of course, I'm going to sample a color to use for the background, right? So select solid color like this. Now, don't worry if it's on top, click OK like this, drag it down. Now, I'm going to sample this color here, this one here. So what I'm going to do is very, very simple. Double click on the thumbnail of this color and with the eyedropper selected, sample the color here, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, just sample any color and move it slightly to the bright areas like this. When you're done, click OK. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create my dark shades for this particular flyer. So double click on this, or better still, click on solid color here like this, click OK. Now move this downward, double click, and this time we're going to be using dark colors. So come down here like this. And this is the shade we're going to use. Make sure it's darker. So you can take this up, click on the mask. Now select the brush here. Make sure you're using a soft round brush. And make sure your foreground is set to black so as to conceal those areas. And of course, you're left with a vignette effect, right? So you can fill in and fill out like this by switching between the foreground and background color. So let's say you make a mistake. Let's go back. So Ctrl Z this, and I'll just repeat the process again. So just something like this. You don't have to do too much, right? So you just want to have a little bit of space downward like that. Okay, good. So now that that's out of the way, let me sort out this image. So I'm going to hide. But before that, I'm going to click on this layer, click on an empty layer, empty canvas. Select this color here and move to the brighter region of that color. Click OK. Select your brush, make it smaller, and click 3 times. Alright, so you can see the difference now. Change the blend mode to screen. Create another new layer. Now this one should be lighter than the first one. And click OK like this. Click twice for this, or 3 times, but make sure you're not doing too much. You can see that you have a nice blend of colors, right? It's just like you have a canvas and you're trying to paint something in, right? So now let's focus on this image. Go to Camera Raw, let's make it pop. And please, inside of Camera Raw here, copy my settings. So reduce the highlights so you can get more details, and increase the shadows also to bring back more details in the image. That's why I do this every time. Now, one thing you want to do again is for the blacks, I'm going to reduce so that I have a strong black inside of the image. And of course, for the texture, I'm going to increase this, not too much, somewhere around it is nice. Then finally, what I'm going to do here is go over to details and increase the details like this so I can have more details here. Okay, so perfect. So I have my image the way it is, and let's move on to the next thing. So click on this, and of course I'm going to get a brush, and I'm going to conceal this, right? Conceal the edge so it can blend well with the background. Okay, so you can see that I have my image nice and good. Even if I don't do anything else, this is already in place. Now this sets the tone for the rest of the things, the elements you want to add inside of your design. And of course, it's actually a good way to know if you're actually going in the right direction, right? And you're not doing the wrong thing. So I'm going to click on brightness, and I'm going to increase the brightness, right? Create clipping mask, so it's affecting just the image, so before and after, but then we're not going to make this affect all of the image. So yeah, invert the mask, and I'm going to use my brush to paint in on areas. I'm going to do all these areas later, but not with the brightness and contrast, right? So what I'm going to focus on now is the eye region here. So to do this, make sure your foreground color is set to white because I'm working on the black mask, and gradually paint in to make the eyes and these areas pop more. Of course, I'm going to add it to these areas here, add it to these areas to make it brighter. Reduce my flow so I'm not doing too much. All these areas needs to be brightened up like this, and all these areas also to create a uniform glow. And to make sure it's brightened the way it's supposed to be. You can see the difference. So if I click before and after, you can see a whole difference. So reduce this just slightly, so it's not too much, and this is what you have, right? So let's focus on this other part. So click on solid color and select white, pure white, please. And of course, right click and click clipping mask. Oops, we spoiled it, but no, invert it, and of course with our flow selected, it's going to be on this outer part, right? Because you have the source of lights behind the head there. So it's very, very important that you also create the light that shows that you have a light just behind her. So I'm just going to paint in this gradually on the tips. Make sure it's on the tip and not inside it entirely. So once you do this, the next thing you should do is go to blending option. Now in the blend, if hold down the Alt key while you drag this to your right, and of course hold down your Alt key to drag this to your left, and also this, and when you're done, click OK like this. Great. Now what you want to do is reduce the opacity like this, and then of course the next thing you should do is select the text. Now the text effects and everything is part of the Smart Design Premium asset, right? So you can get all of this inside of the Smart Designer Premium asset. If you've not gotten yours, the link is in the description of the video. So I'm just going to make this bigger, and I'm just going to rotate this just like this. You need to pay attention to this part. Now the next thing I'm going to do is, of course, group this, and I'm just going to name this image so that I don't get confused with the numbers of layers that I have all around. Make this slightly bigger. Somewhere here is good. The next thing I would like to do is, let me push this upward, then let me work on editing the texts. So I have this here. What I'm going to do next is make a duplicate copy of this. So I have this somewhere here. Move this upward. Ctrl T to activate the transform, make it bigger. Rotate this just like this. And probably you want to... So the next thing I will do is make a duplicate copy of this. Ctrl J to duplicate this. Let me hide this so we don't get confused. So with these two texts, I'm going to move this somewhere here. Most times you need to zoom in close to these things to make sure you're doing the right thing the right way. Ctrl G to group both of the texts, and Ctrl T to activate the transform, make it bigger like this. Then you can take it upward like this. Make it smaller a little bit. Okay, good. This is good. Now for the one below, I'm just going to move it here. So what I'm trying to do is I do not want the text on top to be the same with the one under in terms of arrangement and placement, right? The same text, but different placements. So close this up. Now that I have this ready, I'll move this up, close it up. Now I'm going to convert this to smart objects. And of course, duplicate this. I'm going to go over to renaming this. And also renaming this. Oops, Ctrl Z, make sure you're dragging the right way. So drag this here. And drag this also down, 12 of them. Just drag the 12 of them down like this, right? Then hide the second one. With the first one, go to blur, Gaussian blur, and add some blur to this. Just like this, and click OK when you're done. Activate, bring this down, this should be below, and this one up. I'm going to do the same thing to this. So this is before and after, but let's make it nicer. Click on this one, go to filter, Gaussian blur, and of course this one shouldn't be too much. Somewhere around here is good, and then we're good to go. Click on the blending option, and yes, change it to this color. You can use this shade, click OK, and of course copy my settings here. So opacity set to 100, and every other thing, and hold on just a little bit, so this stays here, and every other thing stays the same. So this is before the effects, and this is after. So I'm going to review this font here, Ctrl T, or before that, let's duplicate this, and I'm going to change the font to what I used. So I'm going to change it to what I used here. So this is going to be weekend, and make it smaller. And the next thing you want to do is you want to extend this. So click here and select for extension like this. Select for extension like this. Now somewhere around here is good. Okay, so I'm just going to, this is Ctrl Z this. So this is my text. I typed this already. So I'm just going to rotate this so we don't spend time on this video. So I'm just going to move this here, and it's okay, easy peasy. I might want to make this bigger, just slightly bigger like this, and somewhere around here is good. Now we're good to go. Okay, great. Okay, select the 12 then, and make it bigger, then rotate it this way. Somewhere around here is good. And I'm going over to my pen tool. Make sure this stroke is set to 0. And I'm going to select the color here. I'm using this color. And I'm just going to draw something basic and simple. A rectangle here, kind of. Ctrl Z. And click here and click here. Okay, like I said, very basic. Ctrl T to transform this. Sorry about that. Just gonna move it up here like this, and probably extend this. And texts. Of course, I'm going to change to what I used after setting this. So it's going to be 20th, and I used Akira Expanded. Also part of the Smart Designer Premium asset, alongside so many other goodies inside of that premium package. So I have this here. Duplicate this, and this is going to be the month. Like this. 20th of February. This is good. Bring this down a bit. And bring this up. And of course, tilt this to the left. And you're good to go. Now, with your pen tool selected, click, click, and click. Drag this below the first one. And you're going to have this here. Yes, I think this is good. Okay, nice. Okay, go to the topmost layer, and I'm going to bring in another element inside of this design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my Smart Designer Premium asset. You can see this is the Smart Designer Premium asset. So when you get this is all you're going to see inside. There's so many departments. So I'm going to go inside the backgrounds. Of course, I'm going to go inside the orange backgrounds. Now this is the Smart Design Premium assets. It has a template, your backgrounds, your fonts, your 3D fonts, and also your light effect, right? So I'm just going to use this image inside here, drag and drop it here like this. And the first thing I'm going to do is, of course, you guessed right, change the blend mode to screen. But then it doesn't do any good to what we have currently. So click on adjustment layer, click on hue and saturation. First and foremost, strip it. And the next thing to do is click on colorize. Of course, it's coming up, and boom. Well, I've actually gotten what I need, right? So I'm going to group this, Ctrl G, and I'm going to right click and convert to smart objects. I'm going to change the blend mode to what again? Screen. Now this time I'm going to make things work, but first and foremost, what I want to I'm going to drag this down here like this. Drag it down here like this. Duplicate this, Ctrl J. And Ctrl J this again. So I have 3 copies, and I might just do the last one. Ctrl J again. Now this one, I'm going to drag it to the top layer, right? So what you need to do is select and do it again. Select and hold and drag to the topmost layer. Of course, it doesn't do any good, but let's fix this. Click on blur and Gaussian blur. Add some blurs to this. Somewhere around here is good. And of course, when you're done, click OK. Click on the mask. And with your brush selected, make sure your foreground color is set to black and conceal these regions like this until you have something like this. Okay, so this is before and this is after, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is also go back to the Smart Designer Premium assets. You can see that most of the things I use to design most times is inside of this Smart Designer Premium assets. So I'm going to use, let me try this out. Nope, definitely not this. So delete this. Let me see this. Most times you see all of these things on designs and you don't know how it's being created. So that's the essence of me making this thing available for you so that you can actually watch my videos and know how to use them. No, this is not what I want. So I'm just going to be deleting this. Delete. Bye. Now, I think I know the one I used. This is the one. So let me click and verify. Yes, this is the one. It has many particles. So I'm going to settle with the one that has so many particles, and of course you're going to see how it affects our design. So at first it's just a black empty thing, but when we change the blend mode to screen, this is what you have. So click on the mask, and first and foremost, let's get rid of those things from the body of our superstar like this. And okay, this is nice. And this is good. So you can reduce the opacity here so it's not too much. Click on adjustments, then curves. Now bring this down. Now we want to take care of the overall shadow in this particular flyer. So it stands now, Ctrl I to invert this. And with your brush selected, click here like this. And just add some shadows to these regions like this. You can reduce it. This is the best part that I love. So you can always come back here to adjust it, because of course you have your adjustment layers. And of course, make the brush smaller. I want to add some shadows here, also on the hair here, in this part here, and in places like this, and of course areas like this on both chins, I guess, before and after. And of course areas like this are supposed to be dark naturally. So I'm just going to add this here, and let's quickly see our before and after. Wow, you can see how much difference this makes, right? So you can choose to do your flyer and not create all of this. You know your project is not finished. So I'm going to use a lighter color, select my brush, and I'm just going to make it smaller. Click here twice to have a nice light effect from the bottom like this. Well, choose to make this bigger, place this here, and easy peasy, you're done. Just like this. Right? So a couple of things I did want to do to finish this off: Control Shift Alt E to make a snapshot, convert to smart object, and go to filter gallery and I'm going to apply this under texturizer. Select this, and of course click OK when you're done. Of course, I don't want this on the body, so what I'm going to do is select my brush and remove this from the skin and from the model herself. Onto you're left with something like this, and of course you might want to say it's over, but it's not over. Go over to color balance, and for the midtones, tilt towards the magentas. For the highlights, the same thing too, but not too much, and a little bit to the reds, not too much. All right. And for the shadows, of course, as usual, we're going towards the blues to make it more realistic. Now go over to hue and saturation. You can now change this. You don't want to do this like going over to this part like this. Make sure you stay, and of course watch for improvements, and when you have this, you are good to go. All right guys, this brings me to the end of this video. If you found this interesting, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you've not subscribed to this channel. It helps the community grow, and share my videos. I'll see you in the next video just up above. Don't miss it. Ciao.